"Ma'am, can I buy a little rice, with this $1?" The old man's voice was weak, trembling, as he held out the crumpled bill. The young cashier looked up from her phone, her face a mask of boredom that quickly cracked into loud, harsh laughter. "Seriously, old man? $1? Even beggars wouldn't take that. If you want food, check the trash. It's much faster." People in the line started to snicker. One man shouted, "Hey, Grandpa, why don't you ask God? Maybe he'll give you some rice." The laughter echoed through the store. The old man, Samuel, just stared at the floor, his shoulders slumped. His clothes were faded and patched, his feet swollen in broken sandals. He leaned heavily on a worn wooden cane, his whole body a picture of quiet suffering. He whispered, not looking up, "I'm not trying to cause trouble. I just haven't eaten since yesterday." The cashier just rolled her eyes. "Sir, please. Don't make this harder." The laughter grew louder. Samuel was quiet for a long moment. Then, slowly, painfully, he reached into his pocket and pulled out a tiny, worn cloth pouch. He carefully extracted a neatly folded piece of paper and placed it gently on the counter. "I don't have money," he said, "but this is a prayer I wrote this morning. Maybe God will hear it." The cashier and the onlookers erupted in fresh, cruel laughter. "Oh, wow," she mocked, "he's trying to buy rice with a prayer. This is hilarious." But then, a firm, authoritative voice cut through the noise. "That's enough." The store manager, Daniel Brooks, stepped forward. He picked up the folded prayer and slowly opened it. His eyes scanned the shaky, handwritten words, and his expression changed from stern to stunned. On the paper, it read, "I was young, and now I am old. Yet I have never seen the righteous forsaken, nor their children begging bread." Psalm 37 verse 25. Daniel swallowed hard, looking from the paper to Samuel's humble face. His voice was now gentle. "Sir, please wait right here." The store fell utterly silent. The mocking had stopped. Daniel returned a moment later, carrying a large, heavy box of groceries. He thudded it onto the counter. It was full of rice, milk, canned goods, bread, and eggs. Samuel's eyes were wide with disbelief. I can't pay for all this." Daniel spoke softly, but everyone heard him. "You already did. You paid with something no one else here seems to have: faith." The people who had laughed now looked down at their feet, their faces filled with shame. Samuel, with surprising strength, dragged the heavy box toward the door, his back a little straighter than before. On the counter, a single, lonely dollar bill lay next to the unfolded prayer. Daniel stared at it, a deep wonder in his eyes, and whispered, "Some people have nothing, and yet they're richer than all of us." If this story touched your heart, comment "faith" below. Let's remind the world that true faith is never a reason for embarrassment. Thanks for watching.